And Seattle Lutheran, they're in double overtime, something Auburn Adventist is very familiar with. Wolverines will be going here shortly.
They've essentially played 3 games over the course of 2 days.
Yep. And so if they lose,
loser goes home.
Well, yeah.
Because this is a loser bracket.
The loser will play for one of these, Darrington or Friday Harbor.
Whoever loses this game is done. Winner moves on, because this is double elimination. Seattle Lutheran lost to Darrington on Tuesday. Auburn Adventist lost to Friday Harbor in that double overtime on Tuesday.
All right, but we are a few minutes away from Friday Harbor. They're in double overtime, calling a timeout right here. But, Kayla, I sat down with Rod Turnbull and Kyson Jackson, and we're going to go ahead and play clip number 1 of my interview with Kyson.
I remember you were talking to me about it, because some people don't know is that for football season, when they lost that game in the postseason to end their season, Kyson Jackson, a big stud for the Wolverines, had mono and almost passed out on the field multiple times. So that is crazy. I mean, I didn't know about it until you told me about it many times later.
And here we go. This is my interview with
a great group of kids who I think one good thing about having a smaller school is you say a lot of the kids who played football are now on the basketball team. So we have that chemistry with the kids who we played both sports. We've been around each other a lot. The last week of football, I'd say, I was running out of breath early in practice, and playoff game, and he had me believing that I had something with my throat, so or a sinus infection is what it was. And so I knew something was wrong when I running out of breath way earlier than I thought I would. And I ended up we would do a possession in and a possession out during the last football game, where I'd play offense, come out for defense, and then sometimes vice versa. And so when I found out that I did have mononucleosis, it was kind of an answer to what really I thought like a sinus infection shouldn't do all that to you. But so it was an answer, and then it was kind of heartbreaking as I realized now I have to stay out far into the basketball season too. So I think that was my mother who found out I had mononucleosis first. I'd say the first real skeptic was my dad, because I was coming home from practice telling him, saying, like, Dad, I run out of breath after one rep. Normally I'd be able to, I'm been so conditioned all year, go. And he knew, like, sinus infection shouldn't be doing all that. I knew it deep down too, but he told me, like, I really hope you don't have mono. Turns out we played the game afterwards, the doctors again, and we took some blood, ran some tests, and we found out I had mono. So one of the side effects that I did have with mono came an iron deficiency, so blood wasn't really circulating throughout my body like it should have. And as a result of that, I was running out of breath early during, and I got to points where I couldn't breathe. I was hyperventilating, and I ended up getting lightheaded at some points, and I had struggles. I had to come out every other possession because I couldn't really breathe. And at a couple of times it got so bad where I did First met with the doctor, and he told me, we're going to test you. You're going to come back every week. We're going to test and see how long this takes. And that got me really nervous because I'd been talking to family members where my uncle had it and he was out for like 2 months. And I knew I couldn't do that unless that's football season. So we went every other week or every week, and it turns out for me it took about 2 weeks until I was over it. And we had to wait another week and a half before I was able to start practicing again, because just if I rushed back into it, there could be a chance that I would relapse. And so it was really, really tough on me to sit and watch, and especially where I'm now over it and feeling fine, but I couldn't get back out on the court. That was one of the toughest feelings I've ever felt. I moved in here. I think my very first experience was I had some seniors from the football team who came in and helped me move all my stuff into the new home. And so they've really been there for me since the beginning. And so I think that's why our team, we have such a good chemistry together, because our teams we're all one. We're together for everything. We hang out outside of the game too. And so we just form this really tight connection, and that shows its results on the field and on the court. And we just got a great group of guys. Like I said, they've been there for me. And so I think it's very important that, I do my job and I step in and I can help, because they've been here before and they've showed leadership towards me, and this is their opportunity. We're right there, and now we just need to push it forward, and I really want this for them. They've been there for me every step of the way. Well, I think it was Dylan or Ethan was guarding the kid up top, and I was denying my guy who was one pass away, and I noticed the kid had kind of set the ball out like this and wasn't really looking. He was looking at one of his other players, and I just saw the opportunity and I seized on it, and I went and just basically grabbed it out of his hands, and there had an easy lay-in. It was a critical part of the game too.
And it was sort of like a handoff from Dylan Roberson during football season. You had I think you had over 2,000 yards.
Just about 2,000 yards rushing.
But you had over 2,000 yards all-purpose.
All-purpose, yes, I did. It was.
So it's kind of natural for you to.
I saw it. I'm like, I've seen this before. I think I can do this. And so yeah, it worked out.
All right, with me, we have Kyson Jackson, 13 points on the night. I think we're okay. All right, we have 1 minute to talk. Okay. Congratulations. How did this feel? I'm going to just kind of throw it out there. All season long, I would not say that you personally have struggled. I know you've been going through some things, trying to get your rhythm and momentum back, your confidence and everything like that. I know you've been bribed to take more shots in games. How did that game feel for you?
Oh, that game felt fantastic. It's always good to win those close games.
What was going through your mind when you dropped that 3 right over there?
I had no real thoughts, just confidence.
It just kind of go black and everything like that?
Yeah, I didn't think, I just shot.
I didn't think, I just shot. That is the quote on the night. I did not think, I just shot. 13 points. Wow. And going into this, how did you personally prepare for this game?
That the week building up in practice, our whole team, we gave it our all, and show it on the court tonight.
Perfect. And congratulations. We will definitely see you for the championship game on Thursday at 6:30 in Cedro Woolley. Congratulations. I want to see another performance like that from you on Thursday. Have a safe drive back.
Okay.
What a great kid. I've gotten to know him, coaching him.
You worked a lot with him this summer for basketball primarily.
Yeah, and the one thing that I love that he said right there was, I didn't think, I just shot. And we would work on that at the very last thing when he's completely exhausted. And that was one thing that we actually specifically worked on, was being cold-blooded. And I would feed him passes after we had run for maybe an hour, at least an hour, of he was just running up and down court. And at the end, I had him shoot 10 free throws. He went 10 for 10 from the free throw line. I put a ladder out at the top of the key and fed him passes over the top of the key. And he hit 20 in a row.
He was 4 for 6 in a double overtime game against Auburn Adventist. The crazy thing is that the time when he didn't split his free throws was the very end of the game. It was in double overtime when he really hit those. So you can see exactly what you're talking about in really pushing through and having that endurance to keep going. And it's something that he demonstrates on the football field, on the basketball court, just in general.
Yeah, and there are a lot of other keys, a lot of other key pieces to the Friday Harbor puzzle, okay, that we're seeing them all come together. I talked to Rod Turnbull, and we're going to go ahead and, do you have clip 2 ready, Ken? We're going to roll with clip number 2.
Well, we knew going in that, yes, it would be different, obviously, because we didn't have the size. But, these seniors that are with us were also there for 3 years with that group also. So they've got a lot of experience in playing. The difference is their first 2 years as sophomores and juniors were mostly as role players, and now they're the ones that are needing to make things happen. So I think that was part of the adjustment and change that had to happen, is they needed to understand that their roles would now be different. So that was the first part of it, and it's taken a little while for that to develop. Started with us getting into the gym last summer and doing a lot of work, and some of that coming together last summer. But then what happened when the season started is, we ended up not having Kyson with us because of sickness, and Kenny gets hurt, and we had sickness with the flu bug going around. So a lot of that continuity didn't start gelling until we saw us start to make some of this run. So we knew it was going to be an adjustment. We knew we were going to have to change our style, probably a little bit more finesse, outside, inside oriented. Try to play some better defense and get some shots that way. And that took a little while to develop also. But really, I think what held us back the most was just, we just talked about in the practice tonight, we didn't have our core 11 guys together that we have playing right now as a unit really until like January 10th after the Concord game. That's when we really all got back together. Well, you do talk about, we work on end-of-game situations, so you know that when there's a certain amount of time left, the way the fouls are, that you are going to try to go more. You don't have time to set the play up, so you do work on that a little bit. Now, having it happen, and Kyson's play last night stealing the ball, that's not something that you don't coach that specific instant. But you talk about players making plays, and I think that's been one of the largest growths, as you see that we've got players now that, again, after we've worked as a unit together, starting to develop those basketball instincts that you don't necessarily coach, that you put them in positions and situations and let them use their natural athletic ability to try to make things happen. And you're starting to see more of that come together as a unit, where it's not one person doing it by themselves, but as one's moving, you see a coordinator or a consistent movement with his teammates working. We're starting to figure that stuff out so that our basketball instincts, our basketball IQ is growing a little bit. I think it's not just the trend, because we have guys that didn't play football, obviously, that are also playing. What hurt us more, I mean, that's a transition that we work on every year. I've never had a group that has had kids that play other sports in the fall that transition in that hasn't done well. Usually what happens is when we have a lot of guys that sometimes don't play other sports, we haven't done as well. So it's nice to see those guys playing the other sports and coming in. It does take someone transitioning from football into basketball a little while to get those legs back. And it usually takes the month of December really to get them back into full basketball ability and shape. Because it's just, they're different muscles that you're using, different speed of the game, and the stop and starting of football versus the consistency of your up and down the court. It just takes a little while to adjust to that. But I think more important than that, again, what hurt us is while that was still going on, which is something we deal with every year because we have kids in a small school, of course, that play more than one sport, was the fact that we had that other stuff going on at the same time. We had guys that were sick from the flu. We had guys that got injured. We had guys that had other sickness that stretched out longer. So it wasn't just because they were playing another sport. It was a lot of other factors involved in that.
And in that transition, you're playing.
It was a tough part of our league, non-league schedule. Yeah, we had some really tough non-league games at the same time. Yeah, which we typically do on purpose, just because we try to, find out where our holes are, what we got to work on. But again, that can mentally wear a team down. If you get beat down too much, that's not a good thing either. But I think our players, responded pretty well to that, understood. I do think it hurt us a little bit. It took us a little longer to come out of that. Again, because we had some other factors going on. In hindsight, if you knew all those guys weren't going to be there, yeah, you might have had a little different schedule in place, but you just don't get to have that luxury. We had a couple games that we lost during that stretch where that didn't happen, where a team would make a run on us and we didn't come back and counter it. So just the determination and the resiliency of this group as a whole, they've just decided that they're not going to let that happen. And we've kind of had a game like that. I mean, we've been down in 3 or 4 of those games. The Mount Vernon Christian game we talked about. We were down 4 with with 40 seconds to go, and we ended up getting a bucket and then put them on the line, and they had a chance to seal it and missed a free throw, and we came down and luckily, we just never gave up. And the attitude and the mindset, I think, now has started to change, that they believe that we're never out of anything, and once you start believing that, then you start making those things happen. Well, definitely. I mean, the team chemistry is a huge part of that, and I think that, again, that's what was not. We didn't just have everybody here healthy, ready to go. No, we had, one game we ended up playing with 7 kids in the game, and just for a variety of reasons. So, I think as that's come along, as we've been able to get the whole group together, and that team thing has been really important. And it has been. And it hasn't been any one thing or any one person. It's been one of the best groups that I've been able to coach that's collectively done it together. I think that's the big thing, is that we really are starting to understand that as a unit, we're pretty tough to beat. We're not great individually across the board. You look at us, sometimes we're not really intimidating, but as a group that works together, man, when those 5 guys are out there, and then you watch our bench last night, it didn't matter who was in the game, who was out of the game, they're rooting for each other. I mean, it's just that when you get that going, that's pretty difficult to defend, and beat. So I think they just started believing, and having some success winning, of course, has helped, because even if we would have lost the Mount Vernon Christian game, because that's kind of where this whole run started, we had played that game the right way, so it would have been devastating. And I don't know, how that would have helped us mentally, but we did play that game the right way, and then luckily we were able to get the win, and I think that combination of winning helps breed that positivity that leads to that next step of success. So. Well, I mean, that's what you try to design your season to make that happen, because you want to build that way, and you want to make sure that you're not peaking in December. And so it doesn't always work out. Sometimes you do play real well early and you don't get any better. And I think that's a credit to, again, this group as a unit starting to push themselves, getting in better shape, just realizing that they hadn't reached their potential and that they were maybe selling themselves a little bit short. And once they decided that they we're able to do more and wanted to do more, they've pushed each other, and I think they've bought into the coaching that they've had and what we've asked them to do, and again, that's all just coming together, and that's credit to them and their determination and work ethic.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is what a great conversation with Rod Turnbull right there. Took him a while to see what pieces of the puzzle he had, but it's all coming together right now.
He's definitely known what he's had, but how to really utilize them and make them all click and flow. They're hitting their stride when they need it to the most. You can always start the season a little bit down, but it's right now when it's loser goes home and you're playing those bigger schools, you don't really get to play that. It is huge to really peak. And I got to sit down with Rod when Friday Harbor went to state a couple years ago, and he kept the team for an extra day, and I sat there and I got to talk to him. And it was kind of just, he wanted them to see those bigger schools play. And I think that's where he's getting a lot of this fast-paced mentality from.
All right, we would like to thank our sponsors.
Thank you to Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center, MEM Enterprises, Kings Market, San Juan Fitness Center, Star Excavation and Septic, Islanders Bank, San Juan Heating, Geyser Appliance Repair, Farmers Insurance, and the Tammy Cotton Agency, Northwest Plumbing and Waterworks, Lemon Computers, San Juan Surveying, San Juan Physical Therapy, Better Properties of San Juan Islands, Miller Drywall, Haley's Bar and Grill, Friday Harbor Electric, American Legion, Island Petroleum Services, Purple and Gold Booster Club, Pacific Rim Insulation, Friday Harbor Dentistry, Island Home Finishes, Aeronautical Services, Chicago Title, Blue Water Bar and Grill, Tony's Carpet Care, and the San Juan Island Bureau.
I'm looking over across the way, Kayla, and I'm going to say it's 80-20 Darrington.
I think that is very generous to say 80-20.
But big game, time for everybody to step up. Let's briefly look at your keys to the game.
Yeah, so key number one is that the offense must have the kind of offensive game that they did on Tuesday, such as good passes, not throwing the ball away, being smart about it, and scoring. Key number two is containing Bashawn Williams with points, and on the board, he put up 12 points alone.
I pledge allegiance to the flag.
Sorry, those Pledge of Allegiance always have to do that. So, yes, Bashawn Williams, 12 points against the Wolverines the last time when Darrington beat them in Darrington, whereas Wolverines did win at home. So, definitely a tie game. Great game for this. And then key number three is to don't turn the ball over. We saw what happened to Auburn Adventist on Tuesday when they just kept throwing it away and traveling. So, that is absolutely huge. And we are getting these starting lineups right now. So our starting lineups is brought to you by Island Petroleum Services, 315 Carter Avenue fuel for your boat, car, and home deliveries. For the Darrington Loggers, he's a junior, 6'3", number 1, Caleb Rivera, sophomore, 5'10", number 2.
And a 6' senior forward wearing number 35, Gavin Mason. And now let's meet the starting five for the Darrington Loggers. A 6'3" junior wearing number 1, Caleb.
Wolverines, we have senior 5'9", number 4, Ty Anderson. Senior 6 foot, number 10, Jaden Jones. Senior 5'9", number 12, Ethan Germain. Sophomore 5'9", number 23, Dylan Roberson. And rounding out the Friday Harbor Wolverines, he's a senior 6 foot, number 35, Gavin Mason. Very senior heavy lineup.
And I'll tell you what, I think we're going to add another key to your Kayla's keys and take the Darrington crowd out of this.
Let's not forget that Darrington is finally on their up as well, which is why all these fans, they really want to witness this first championship game here in the Tri-Districts. This is pretty amazing how this matchup fell with Friday Harbor beating Auburn Adventist in double overtime. Darrington Loggers beating Seattle Lutheran to come to this championship game here for the Tri-Districts. Both of these teams are co-league champions. So It's kind of crazy that this is a co-league championship game right now for Tri-Districts. The only way that they determined who played who on Tuesday was from a coin toss.
All right, and I'm going to hand the microphone over to Brian Jackson.
So kind of him to join us. Wolverines win the jump ball.
Hi, Kayla.
Oh, hi, Brian. How's
Great
it
pregame
going?
show. I listened to all of it.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Jermaine Roberson, right wing. Back to Jermaine, penetrates. Gives it up to Anderson. And a travel is called. Very quick turnover for the Wolverines. Something from my first key we talked about that they cannot do is turn that ball over.
They may have a little nerves going into the championship game right now.
I mean, they've been here for at least 3 years or 4, 5, something
That's
like
true.
that in a row. Their nerves definitely should not be there, but we have a 3 ball right away from Requay.
Yeah, we want to be all over that. So it looks like Darrington's going to sit back in a 2-3 zone.
Roberson, left wing. Jermaine, top of the horn. Into the paint.
Good kick.
Tries to get it back out. Kicks it to Roberson. Resets the offense. Top of the horn, Anderson. Swings it, Jermaine. Jermaine looking to take a 3. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Anderson, elbow. Gives it up to Roberson. Roberson now drives. Step back. Floater, no good.
This defense has given us a little bit of problems, you can tell. They packed into that zone. Hands up. That was one of Freddie Harbor's best games we played all season.
Roberson gives her to Anderson. Left side, penetrates. Back out, Jermaine. Drives left baseline, jumper. That one's good for 2.
That was a good runner. Went off the one leg and just floated it. That was a great one-handed runner right there.
Wolverines in their full court man press.
Yeah, he hit that first one. I don't remember him from the last games being their scorer, but airballed that second one.
Requay only had 4 points on the night, 1-2, and it was 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Ethan Jermaine wants his 3, can't get it to go. Rebounded by Rivera.
Ethan, at least he's being aggressive. He's looking to shoot, looking to score. Hit a 3 in the previous games. I know you had that, but
not last game. I wasn't sure about their first meeting.
I'm thinking that's the shot you probably want to give him, but yeah, he drilled it.
It was fairly flat, so I don't mind giving that to him. Jones picks up his dribble outside Mason. Jumper from the elbow, off the back iron, can't get it to fall.
So Darrington is 2 for 2 on their 3-pointers, and that's where they're getting that. That's where they have
to bounce. They will not say it was tipped and will be in favor of Friday Harbor.
Yeah, so I would think a definite key is that you talked about the keys to the game. Last time these two teams met, Friday Harbor only scored 30 points. We've got to get our scoring has got to be up this game if we're going to win.
Jermaine pulls it out.
There we go.
Roberson elbow, just a little flat. Needs to extend his arms a little bit more, and that one's good. Rebounded by Requay. If I'm Rod, I call a timeout, kind of figure something else out right now.
Yeah, offensively, we're not scoring.
Mason can't get it to go off the inside iron. Rebounded. Number 33, LaRon Nelson, sophomore, 5'8", checking in place of Rico.
And for Friday Harbor, number 2, Jackson.
Checking in for the Wolverines. You said say he's taller than that.
He'd get mad. He says he's 5'10". It's good seeing you, Kayla.
It's good seeing you too. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. Yep.
Number 3, Remy August has also checked in for Friday Harbor. Gives up to Jones, top of the horn. Roberson looking, swings it down low. Kyson.
Oh, just let
Remy
that go
with
out.
the save. Might have been tipped anyway. Roberson down low. Jackson penetrates into the paint. Left
Good
side
move.
jumper.
Get in, get in.
Can't get
Oh,
it to go. And rebounded by
move.
Ross.
Uh-oh, better get back.
Floater Rivera. Met right away.
Oh, man.
Nelson
Come
all
on,
by
Remy.
himself off the left side.
So on that one, Remy came trying to defend it and just flew out of bounds.
I
Be
think that's
best.
one of the problems with man is you have to have a lot of help leaving one person open without someone on backup.
Yeah, this is definitely a great start for Darrington, not the start Friday Harbor was looking for. So it's 10-2, 3:25 left in the first quarter.
Foul's called on number 10, Jane Jones, his first personal, first team foul for Friday Harbor. 3:25 left in this first quarter. If you see the scoreboard, Wolverines are the away team right now, so they will be on your right side.
Wow.
Ross off the right side.
Yeah, Rod's going to take a timeout, so the score's now 12-2. Jumped out on us. There is a big showing from Darrington. I heard you guys talking about that, but yeah, they've got a good crowd here.
Friday Harbor calls their first timeout. It's going to be 60 seconds, so we're going to thank some of our sponsors. Thank you to Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center, MEM Enterprises, Kings Market, San Juan Fitness Center, Stark Excavation and Septic, Islanders Bank, San Juan Heating, Geyser Appliance Repair, Farmers Insurance, and Latami Cotton Agency, Northwest Plumbing and Waterworks, Lemon Computers, San Juan Surveying, San Juan Physical Therapy, Better Properties of San Juan Islands, Miller Drywall. They look tired, Brian, is kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah, they do look a little bit like just sluggish as they were coming out, and Darrington's full of energy.
It definitely does not help that they had to play that double overtime win against Auburn Adventist a couple days ago. I know they were trying to push it hard in practice yesterday. So how much of it on top of it just being a long day for them?
Yeah, you can tell. Yeah, and you have the one-day turnaround, ferry coming in, which the ferry can be tough. I experienced that just now. It was about 40, 45 minutes late getting off the ferry, just timing of when it came in and off. But it's the championship game. Let's go. It's all on the line. Let's go for it.
Loser of this game will have to play on Saturday against Auburn Adventist, who just won in another double overtime against Seattle Lutheran. So definitely do not want to see Friday Harbor playing them again. That is for sure. Inside pass, Mason, elbow, spins it. Jumper, he's fouled on the shot, will shoot two.
It's a good aggressive move by Gavin Mason. Was able to pump fake it. The guy got into him and was able to draw the foul as a result. Like seeing that.
Which is good to get Bashawn Williams into foul trouble early. That's his first personal, first team foul for the Loggers. Gavin Mason, like we said, to shoot two. Sets, up and away. Good. Number 25, Kenny Halleck, checking in for the Wolverines in place of Jaden Jones.
So the group that's on the floor right now is the group that we finished really the last two overtimes with this last game and the end of the game.
Mason swings it. The rebound on the missed free throw by Rivera goes out of bounds. Will stay with the Wolverines, and Tegan August checks in place for Mason. Roberson to inbound. Finds Tegan by himself, right side off the glass for two.
Yeah, that was a great pass, great setup. Very well done by Friday Harbor.
Right away, Tegan making a statement coming on the floor with some bench points. Tilliquats wants a deep three, nothing but net.
That's 3 for 3 on three-pointers now for these guys, isn't it? Yeah, they're on fire. 15 points already. Still 2 minutes left in the first quarter of this. They're scoring more than they've ever done before.
Jackson and Roberson back to back, looking inside, swings it. Remy, inside brother, back out. Floater into Halleck, low pass. Trying to get tricky, Jackson with the save. And a jump ball is called, will go in favor of the Loggers. Number 13, Levi Solomon in for the Loggers. He's a freshman, 5'9".
So they do have some younger guys that are playing, getting some time then for Darrington.
Only 3 seniors for the Logger lineup. Williams met right away by Halleck, and a pushing foul is called.
So I'm curious, you had talked about last game that the officiating changes. Officials that have been kind of the more proven officials are the ones that get to do the playoffs?
Yes, so officials have to get evaluated by the state. So what they do is they send somebody from the state to come and videotape you. They will go back to the state office and clip every single play in the game.
Oh, wow.
And they will send you what you did right, what you did wrong, that type of thing, and you have to be evaluated as a postseason official in order to do these games.
Got it. Yeah, I've just noticed the last couple games, the officiating seems like it's a lot better than what it was throughout the regular season, other than that one travel last game that I kind of freaked out on. But other than that, the officiating has been, it seems like it's been better.
And a turnover gives Wolverines the ball as they come across the court. Halleck, left wing, looking for help, gives it to Remy in the corner. Floater just not squaring up. Did not even hit the rim on the first connection
not there.
with that.
Defensively, Darrington is looking really good right now, packing in that zone, and we're having a lot of trouble with it.
Ross to Tilquats, back to Ross.
Don't go in.
And nothing but net for Solomon, another
That's 4 for
three.
4 on 3-pointers. They are just draining it. I think we've got to get out of our zone. I think Rod's got to see that right now. Let's get out of the zone. Let's go to a man. They've got 18 points already.
Low bounce pass, Remy. Left corner, travel's called. Good call, unfortunately, is number 35, Gavin Mason, number 12, Ethan Germain checks in for the Wolverines, and number 1, Caleb Rivera in for the Loggers. And I think something that we talked about in Tuesday's game is running a man because that defends the 3 better, but I think this setup was basically designed for Williams.
Yeah, and it looks like that I just saw Rod called out. We're now in a man-to-man defense, so he made that shift. It was time.
Floater inside Ross, met right away. Backwards pass for 2. They can't miss.
20 points in the first quarter to our 5. Wow.
So far, Ross has 6. Leading scorer for the Loggers.
Oh.
Stolen away by Tilquats. Over to Rivera. Rivera wants a 3. Can't get it. And that's their first missed 3 of the game. Roberson on the conversion decides to pull it out, wait for company. .15 seconds on the game clock. Shot clock is off. Wolverines are down 22-5. Really need a 3-ball in this to stay in it. Jermaine kicks it over to Roberson. Finds Jackson, steps back, 3-pointer is good.
Needed that one. Good shot. Yeah, we needed that one.
Baseball pass almost goes in for the Loggers. And that is the end of the first quarter. Wolverines are down to the Darrington Loggers 22-8. We're going to go ahead and thank some of our sponsors before we talk about this first quarter. Thank you to Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center, MEM Enterprises, Haley's Bar and Grill, Friday Harbor Electric, American Legion, Island Petroleum Services, Purple and Gold Booster Club, Pacific Rim Insulation, Friday Harbor Dentistry, Island Home Finishes, Aeronautical Services, Chicago Title, Blue Water Bar and Grill, Tony's Carpet Care, and the San Juan Islands Bureau. What is Rod telling this team right now?
Well, I think the biggest issue so far, I mean, offensively, their zone has been giving us a lot of trouble, but defensively, we've given up 20 points, and it's 4 3-pointers. I think he realized the zone was not working. You know, in the last minute, we switched out of the zone and went to a man-to-man.
If you take away those 3s, it's a tie game right now.
Right. So what he's telling his team is, hey, guys, let's make sure we're defending, we're denying the basketball, we're making it really difficult for them defensively. I do think the man-to-man is going to be better. It's what worked the first time we played this team. So he's gonna make sure they're doing that. As far as offensively, let's get out and run. Let's get some rebounds. Let's get out and run on these guys. See if we can get some momentum back.
On the floor for the Wolverines is Mason Roberson, Jackson Germain, and Tegan August. Jackson Germain penetrates, jumper.
Get in.
That's good for 2. Count the basket. Germain to the line to make it a 3-point play.
Yeah, what a play by Ethan. He's been aggressive so far in the game, but drove, went to the floater again as a pull-up, and then got hit on the arm and was able to finish it.
foul was called on Caleb Rivera, his first personal second team foul.
Finishes the three-point play. Way to go, Ethan. That helps. So back-to-back three-point plays by Friday Harbor. It closes it to a 9-point game.
On the floor for the Loggers is their starters. Rivera, Tilliquats, Ross, Rique, and Williams. Williams, he hit that three there. Got to make sure you keep him on his toes. Low pass. Ross, back out. Williams, about a 15-footer off the back iron. No good. Rebounded by Rivera. And they're going to get a holding foul. Looks on Jackson.
Yeah, if there's one thing that I would say that I've noticed, Gavin Mason, box out. After the guy shoots, that happened a couple times last game. Shot goes up, put a body in him, box out. One opportunity, and let's get off going the other way.
Jackson's first personal third team foul. Williams hooks it from the right side for 2. So far, 5 points. He had 12 total in their last meeting with that 9-point loss, like you mentioned, 39-30. Already, Loggers are well on their way to exceeding that one. Jackson, top of the horn, gives it up to Jermaine. Jermaine between the legs. Mason wants his three, a little too flat. Tries to get his own rebound, but Williams comes down with it.
That was a good shot by Gavin Mason.
There's nothing wrong with that. He's probably made a 3 in almost all of his games, so definitely okay to take that. Tilliquats slow pass inside to Williams and dribbles it on the baseline. Will go out of bounds in favor of the Wolverines.
Okay, 6:30 to go in the second quarter. Score's now 22-11. Come on, Friday Harbor. Let's get another bucket.
Jermaine, left wing, finds Mason, left corner. Drives
to go
baseline. Low pass, August, hooks it, can't get it to go, and Williams with the rebound. He is a rebounding machine. He was last time, and so far, same story.
Yeah, I like the drive by Gavin, and then the find, Tegan August. Just got to finish that one. Good play.
Ross gives up to Williams for a 3.
Wow. We're just talking about giving him that shot because that's not really a shot, but that's 2 for 2 on three-pointers now.
Exact same spot.
Can't do that again.
Roberson into the paint.
Good finish.
Tries to go coast to coast. Tipped away. Jackson with the rebound save. Low pass. Tegan puts it up. Can't get it to go, but will shoot 2.
So we had cut it to 9 points. They have since now stretched it back out to 14. Let's see if we can cut into this again.
Foul's called on number 2, Phoenix Tilliquats, his first personal third team foul. Tegan's first shot is up and good. Number 4, Ty Anderson is checked in for the Wolverines, and number 33, LaRon Nelson in for the Loggers. Looks like Jane Jones is going to check in place of Tegan, assuming he makes this. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound by Rivera.
Good. Oh, I'm glad they saw him. He had to go wide open down on the baseline.
Tipped away. Loose ball on the ground is picked up by Ross, and they're going to get either Roberson for a foul, and that would be his first. They will give it to Ty Anderson instead. Still his first fourth team foul for the Wolverines, as Jane Jones is now in the game.
Team foul number 4 for Friday Harbor. Jaden Jones returning for Friday Harbor.
Tilliquats met by Anderson by the timeline. Rivera, right wing. Back to Ross. Floater to Williams.
He is just really aggressive. He just threw it over the top from basically half court.
I think this goes back to basic basketball where you never let your player be between the basket and no one else. You always have to stay between them and the basket. Let him get the shot, contest it.
Yeah, good point. He's fronting the player. Good shot by Ethan there. We needed it.
Ethan Jermaine nails a much-needed 3 to close the gap to 12.
What's Ethan at now? He's having a great game. Man, a steal right there.
Stolen away by Ethan Jermaine. He wants another one. Same spot.
Oh.
Can't quite get it to go, but rebounded by
Good.
Rivera.
Oh,
and
I thought
they
that.
call Ty Anderson for his second personal 5th team foul.
Yeah, that one surprises me. I thought Ty had the inside position. What does that put Ethan at now?
He's at 7.
Good job, Ethan.
No, 8.
Yeah, Ethan's been our best offensive player so far this game.
Number 10, Shane Jacobs is checking in for the Loggers. And with a 30-second timeout by Darrington, we're going to go ahead and thank some of our sponsors. Thank you to Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center, MEM Enterprises, Kings Market, San Juan Fitness Center, Stark Excavation and Septic, Islanders Bank, San Juan Heating, and Geyser Appliance Repair. I would say it's comfortably 90% Darrington fans here and 10%
Yeah.
Friday Harbor.
And I think that Darrington is feeding off the energy of their fans right now. I mean, they're playing some very good basketball. Defensively, they packed into that zone. We've had a lot of trouble with it. Ethan's hit a couple threes. Kyson had a three. Gavin Mason has been helping, so we're now back 27-15. But defensively, we got to figure out a way to stop these guys. There we go.
He's out of bounds as Tiliquats tries to penetrate that left sideline. Goes in favor of the Wolverines. Wolverines are still down by 12, 27-15, 4:35 on the clock and counting. Roberson gives over to Anderson. Top of the horn. Jermaine puts the ball on the deck, picks it up. Mason, left side looking for help. Trapped. Spins. Kicks it out to Roberson. 16 seconds on the shot clock. Jermaine now at the elbow, back out Roberson. Roberson wants his own three, just short. Rebounded by Tiliquats. Nelson by himself as Anderson comes
Good
out
block.
of nowhere.
Good
and
block.
Roberson gets the rebound. He keeps his dribble, so it's not a travel. Mason, 4-on-2, decides to pull it out, gives it up to Anderson. Penetrates, jumper, they're going to call his travel.
Yeah, I thought Ty had incredible hustle on that, getting back to block the shot.
Even with two personals,
yeah.
that's very, I want to say, brave of him to really go for that. Officials are going to call that 50% of the time. Kenny Halleck checks in for the Wolverines, as well as number 3, Remy August.
He traveled. Yeah, they're catching it.
He points at his foot.
It moved. I watched it. It was a travel.
That's what his coach says, too. That's exactly what his coach says, too.
I kept my pivot foot. Nope, you didn't.
You didn't pivot yet. Roberson over to August, right wing. Finds Mason, top of the horn. Penetrates Roberson. And trying to get tricky is stolen away by Ross. Williams, Tiliquats wants a three. Just
Good.
short, rebounded by Roberson. Roberson, 2-on-3. Decides to pull it out as tries to get tipped away by Jacobs. Halleck with a nice save. Jumper from the elbow, 7 feet. Foul is called. Halleck to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, Darrington is playing just incredibly aggressive defense, and I think where we're going to have to beat them on the zone, just watching, is outside shooting, and if we're going to drive, it's going to be the drive and kick.
What is huge is that Bashawn Williams just picked up his second personal. 4th team foul as Halleck makes his first. Number 2, Kyson Jackson, has checked in for the Wolverines, and number 11, not even on the roster right now.
Number 11. Who are you? Oh, for Darrington.
Yes, as Halleck makes both. Closes the gap to 10.
Ooh, almost.
Tiliquats directing traffic. Inside, low bounce pass to Ross. Basket will count.
Yeah, he's been their best player all year long, has Ross. Typically, that's the guy they're looking to go to help with the scoring.
Foul's called on Gavin Mason, his first personal 16 foul. You were saying?
He took it strong to the hole there and then was able to get rewarded with the foul, plus putting it in. It seems like he's the guy they're always looking to go to when they need a bucket.
Ross makes it a 13-point game. And Rod has seen enough. He wants a timeout. 60 seconds, so we're going to go ahead and thank some of our sponsors. Thank you to Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center, Farmers Insurance and the Tammy Cotton Agency, Northwest Plumbing and Waterworks, Lemon Computers, San Juan Surveying, San Juan Physical Therapy, Better Properties of San Juan Islands, Miller Drywall, Haley's Bar and Grill, Friday Harbor Electric, American Legion, Island Petroleum Services, Purple and Gold Booster Club, Pacific Rim Insulation. Brian, this is not the team that we saw on Tuesday.
No. Well, I think the biggest difference that
on both sides.
Yeah, on both sides. The biggest difference that I'm seeing is Darrington's offense. shot the ball incredibly well. I don't know what their percentage is from the three-point line, but I think they've had, one or maybe two misses?
They've missed 2, and they have made 5.
5. I mean, you're going 5 for 7 from the three-point line. That's an incredible percentage. Overall, I'd love to know what their shooting percentage is. It's got to be really, really high this game. That's gonna. I'm hoping that's gonna come down, and that'll give us a chance to climb back into this. But offensively, they're on fire right now.
It would definitely help if Bashawn Williams picked up a third personal, since he does already have 2. Kind of help him sit. Really only have to worry about Ross at that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But not a foul-heavy team with Darrington. August, right baseline.
Good take.
Puts up the shot, no good. Contested, rebounded by 11. We're going to have to get his name because he's making some plays right now for sure.
So we're going to stay in our man. Oh, see, it's just that over the top.
Again, you are letting nothing but room between your shooter and your basket. And it will burn you every time as Remy is hitting the deck hard.
Yeah, he got tripped. They didn't call the foul on it.
Letting them play kind of a little bit like we saw on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Tillicwatts across the timeline. Gives over to Rivera, met by Mason. Low pass. Williams, spin move.
Good block.
Blocked and swatted by
Mason.
Tillicwatts gets it but throws it out of bounds.
Yeah, it was a great job, I felt like, by Gavin Mason coming across to block that shot.
Number 23, Dylan Robertson. Number 28, Enrique checking in for the Loggers and the Wolverines. Yes, he covers a lot of ground.
Come on, Dylan.
15-point deficit. Wolverines will have to dig deep to get this game back in their favor. Jackson finds Halleck, left wing jumper, about 10 feet, no good off the back iron, rebounded by Jackson. They will say that he stepped on the line before going off of Williams' body.
It's good hustle.
Wolverines not really in that man full court press.
Oh, he traveled.
Some trapping, and the travel is called. He knew it.
Yeah, he was trying so hard to keep that foot on the ground, and it.
I don't read lips, but he wasn't praying.
Yeah, he traveled. Okay, 32-17, 136 left in the half. Let's get some points before the end of the half.
Handoff, Roberson. Remy, skip past Roberson, wants a 3, in and out, literally.
Yeah, it seems like that's happening with our shots. Are going in and out, and they're draining everything right now.
That's a nice thing about basketball is they will get to flip it in about 1 minute and 23 seconds on the game clock.
First personal foul, team foul number 7 for Friday Harbor.
Yeah, so last game.
Oh, they called a foul on Kenny Halleck, not just out of bounds, will make Williams to the line 1 and 1 as Tegan August checks in for the Wolverines. If there is any bright side, he was 0 for 2 in the last meeting in free throws and is 0 for 1 right now.
He's over the back. How did they not call that?
And that is exactly what Tegan is yelling, but karma happens and they get the ball back, tipped, out of bounds, will go to the Loggers.
Logger ball out of bounds.
Wolverines in their full court press, and the travel is called. I heard some dribbling. I'm really not sure too much.
They're saying he took off before he put the ball on the floor, but they're calling the travels tight. That's for sure. Seen a lot of travels this game, haven't we?
They're not going to call fouls. They might as well find something to call. Roberson inbounds it to Jackson. Jackson pulls it back out. Skip pass. August.
Good Euro step. Oh, that was a great play.
Throws it up, cannot get it to drop, but will get a chance to shoot two. It is on Bashawn Williams, and you know what? That is his third personal. It is time to sit him, as that is the 5th team foul.
Yeah, that is big. He's down low. We have not been able to stop him.
They
so that
are
helps.
subbing in number 13 Levi Solomon in his place. So they're replacing a 6'1" guy with a 5'9".
They're small. So are we.
I mean, but they're tall. They have a 6'1", 6'2", 6 foot, 6 foot, 6'1", 6'3". August off the back iron cannot get it to go.
Yeah.
now under a minute, 55 seconds and counting, 28 seconds on the shot clock. Almost looked like it was even tipped by Remy. Jackson comes down with the rebound. 3-on-1, wants to go all the way, low pass to Roberson, gets tricky, and Tiliquats gets the steal. I would have liked to see Kyson
Just keep dribbling
take
that around. That was not a time to try to pass that back out.
I wouldn't even say that. I would say just take it.
Just
Hopefully
take it.
they call you. It's 6 fouls, if worst case scenario.
Yep. Yeah.
But
Go ahead.
I was going to say Loggers want a timeout for 30 seconds. We're going to go ahead and thank one block of sponsors super quickly before we get to that, what you were just saying. Thank you to Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center, Friday Harbor Dentistry, Island Home Finishes, Aeronautical Services, Chicago Title, Blue Water Bar and Grill, Tony's Carpet Care, and the San Juan Island Bureau.
Yeah, I think sometimes I've noticed we'll try to thread the pass, a little too much. Sometimes if it's not there, just keep dribbling it back around or pull it back out and look for your shot. Those things are fine. So
because, Kyson is not, and I don't even want to say the word sissy. He plays some tough football. Take that. He
Take
can
it.
take him. He
Hey,
can take him.
I like it.
We've seen it before.
Should have you call him after the game. Have a conversation with him.
Buddy, we got to talk about some sissy stuff. He would never talk to me again. You would never talk to me again.
We like you, Kayla. We'd talk to you again.
Thank you.
25 seconds left.
17 seconds on the shot clock. Skip pass to Ross. Ross puts the ball in the next spin move. Chucks it out to Requay for 2. Only in and out. Tipped. They say it stays with the Loggers. And Rod is mad.
Yeah, I don't know. That was a great move by that. No, we didn't see it coming.
Ross rarely misses that
Go.
lay-in. Teagan comes away with the rebound. Jackson pushing it, pulls it out, hand off Roberson, top of the horn. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Mason, floater, just short. Remy August with the rebound and put back for 2.
Okay, that helps. So 32-20 at the end of the first half. That was a great effort by Remy August, being able to get the ball, put it back up and in. That was a great play. So
overall, both teams put 12 points.
Yeah,
up
in the
that
second quarter. Yep.
So that first quarter is the biggest difference right now. We're going to go ahead and thank our sponsors before you and I really talk about this first half. Thank you to Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center, MEM Enterprises, Kings Market, San Juan Fitness Center, Star Excavation and Septic, Islanders Bank, San Juan Heating, Geyser Appliance Repair, Farmers Insurance and the Tammy Cotton Agency, Northwest Plumbing and Waterworks, Lemon Computers, San Juan Surveying, San Juan Physical Therapy, Better Properties of San Juan Islands, Miller Drywall, Haley's Bar and Grill, Friday Harbor Electric, American Legion, Island Petroleum Services, Purple and Gold Booster Club, Pacific Rim Insulation, Friday Harbor Dentistry, Island Home Finishes, Aeronautical Services, Chicago Title, Blue Water Bar and Grill, Tony's Carpet Care, and the San Juan Island Bureau. Brian, if you had to say one word to describe that first half.
One word?
What? Yeah, one word.
Fire. Darrington was on fire. I mean, that was the biggest thing. You saw in the first quarter that they were just playing. Everything was going in. Last game, the two teams played. Darrington had 39 points in the game. It's halftime. They have 32. So that tells you offensively what they're doing this game. They've been on fire. I felt like we sat in the zone for too long, and that really hurt us. The man was better, but the man-to-man was better. And it helped in that second quarter, and it was even 12-12. But yeah, that first quarter, that was they put up 20 in the first quarter.
It was definitely ugly, but kind of going over these keys super quickly. Key number 1 was that they must have the kind of offensive game like they did on Tuesday in terms of scoring, making good choices, not turning the ball over on offense, and really coming away with points every time they went down for a possession. Right.
Yeah, and it seemed like that. When they were coming down on possession, we were getting back defensively, but it was just because we were sitting back in that zone, they were able to hit the shots in the corners, and they were lobbing the ball over the top to
Bashawn Williams.
Bashawn Williams. I don't know how many he has in the first half, but it looks like he's been on fire as far as
he has 2 threes and then 3 points from the floor, making it 12 points, which is what he had in the whole game.
Yeah. So if he's in double figures already, that hurts. Offensively, I felt like we started to figure it out a little bit better in that second quarter. We started moving the ball around, made some outside shots, saw some draws and some kicks. That was working really well for us. So offensively, we started to get it together.
Key number 2 was Bashawn Williams and keeping him in check, not necessarily on points, but on boards as well. I would say Bashawn Williams has dominated the boards on those types of things. So moving on to key 3 then is to not turn the ball over, because we saw what happened to Auburn Adventist Academy on Tuesday with just thrown passes, travels, consistent things like that, and I would say that has been Friday Harbor's story so far tonight.
Yeah, you've seen some of the turnovers and that. Hasn't been horrible. We have seen a few of those turnovers, but a lot of what I've been seeing that Darrington is doing well is we're getting up one shot, they're boxing out, they're getting the rebounds. We're only getting one opportunity. We're not seeing a whole lot of offensive rebounds from us.
Overall, I would kind of, to put it bluntly, is that Friday Harbor is not making them work for their points. Ross has so
a lot of
many easy lands. Same with Bashawn Williams, that floater pass. He just has to turn and put it up. So not really making them work for it, which could make this game completely
They're fronting
different.
defensively in a man-to-man with no help behind. I agree with you. Keep in between the man and the basket. That's basketball 101.
Basketball 101. I could not have said
Looks like you're going to have a guess.
better myself. Yes, I do. I already did. I will do it after this. All right. Do you want to go ahead and just briefly talk about who you are for those listening?
I'm Troy McMillian. I'm from Darrington. I graduated last year. Been a part of this team for the last, since my freshman year. I had to quit last year due to health issues and all sorts of stuff. But, yeah.
This game is huge for Darrington for a couple of reasons. They got their first win against Friday Harbor a couple weeks ago at home. That really solidified that co-championship title for the league. How huge is that for you going to school at Darrington, not ever beating Friday Harbor in basketball? How big is this moment now for not only you as a former Lager alumni, but for this team playing right now who has been through those few seasons of struggles?
It's pretty big, actually. I mean, the last time we beat them, I was 3. So, it's really big for Darrington, actually. There's a lot of people out there that's actually wanting to support us and everything now. It's awesome. I like it.
And because you got to play with a lot of them and really seen these players develop, how has this team, I'm not going to really want to say all of the sudden clicked, but what has gone so right for this team and these players right now? Who's really improved so much to make an impact on this team?
I mean, the 3 seniors, they've worked in the off season a lot. I mean, they
with Brevin Ross and then Aiden Requay and then Bashawn Williams.
Yep, Bashawn and Brevin put in a lot of time this summer. Also, Aiden, they went in between spring and summer and fall ball. They went 27-3, only losing to the top 3 teams in the state right now, and it's pretty. I love it. I love watching Darrington basketball right now.
And how big would this win be for the Darrington Loggers to bring home a champion title for tri-districts?
It's pretty big, actually. It's like what I was saying a minute ago. Last time we won the league championship, I was 3. So, I mean, it's pretty cool.
Perfect. Thank you so much for taking the time to come on here and talk about it from the Darrington side of things. It's really great to hear, especially because a lot of this and the guests that we do get is Friday Harbor. So it's so good to hear that side of things and how much this game means to not only you and both teams, but especially for the drought that Darrington has been on.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks so much. Alrighty, we're going to go ahead and thank our sponsors while we get Brian back on the headset. Thank you to Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center, MEM Enterprises, Kings Market, San Juan Fitness Center, Star Excavation and Septic, Islanders Bank, San Juan Heating, Geyser Appliance Repair, Farmers Insurance, and the Tammy Cotton Agency, Northwest Plumbing and Waterworks, Lemon Computers, San Juan Surveying, San Juan Physical Therapy, Better Properties of San Juan Islands, Miller Drywall, Haley's Bar and Grill, Friday Harbor Electric, American Legion, Island Petroleum Services, Purple and Gold Booster Club, Pacific Rim Insulation, Friday Harbor Dentistry, Island Home Finishes, Aeronautical Services, Chicago Title, Blue Water Bar and Grill, Tony's Carpet Care, and the San Juan Islands Bureau. Make sure to go out and support these local sponsors. Thank them, because without them, you would not be able to listen or watch this.
So Brendan Ross he's got a lot of their scoring as well as Bashawn Williams. Both seniors. They are senior heavy as far as their talent and their leadership goes. But, yeah, it's those two guys have really been the ones that have been killing us.
What do you I mean, it can be the exact same thing. What was said at halftime if you're Rod?
Guys, defensively, we got to start. We got to shut these guys down. Let's go. This is a championship game. You're not going to get this opportunity again, so let's go make the most of it. I think that he's telling them that. I think offensively he says just keep shooting. Your shots are going to start falling. Don't try to force it or press it. Let the game come to you. But if you keep shooting, I promise they're going to start going in. I think you'll see. My feeling is we're going to have a little bit of a run here by Friday Harbor the second half. It's going to come. At some point, it's going to come.
Let's definitely hope so, because loser of this game is not going home empty-handed. They will have to play on Saturday against Auburn Adventist, who just won in double overtime against Seattle Lutheran, which, if I'm Friday Harbor, I don't want to play again.
No,
I'm not going to lie. I don't want to play them again.
And they would probably be looking for a little bit of revenge after that double overtime loss that they had to us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And winner is obviously Tri-District champion. But you win tonight or you win Saturday, you move on to regionals.
Right.
So huge game for both of these teams.
Right. Yeah, and I'm with you. I don't want to have to play Saturday. I mean, you got to love the game of basketball. You'll play, but
you want as much time off as possible.
You want as much time off as possible, and you want to win the championship, the Tri-District championship. And this is your opportunity that's in front of you. Let's go take it. And we can beat these guys. I know we can beat these guys.
Yeah, Friday Harbor is a two-time defending Tri-District champions, one last year and the year before that.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot on this line. There's some former Friday Harbor basketball alumni over here. Marshall Clark, Lucas Chevalier, Chase Wilson, his brother's playing, Miles Williamson. I think I even saw Kyle Mapstead walk through here. So.
Yeah, a lot of the old guys. Some of them I don't recognize either. That guy with the do-rag on, I swear that's Mateo's brother. I've heard about him. He was incredibly fast. You may not know Mateo Blackman. He's a football player that did some really good things for Friday Harbor. I'm guessing that's his brother. I see Coach Hauk over there, the AD. There's a lot of good. There's a good turnout from the Friday Harbor fans that are here.
Definitely, but the ones who didn't make the trip are getting to listen to me now. So.
Oh, what an opportunity! And guess what? I checked. The sound was working perfectly. That's always the first thing I check. It was working perfect. You sounded great. All in the pregame, it worked well.
Yeah, so kind of you to show up. You paid off those officials to make that game before us going to double overtime so that you could make it.
I will tell you after how I had to show up. Let's just say there was an Uber involved as well.
Again. Darrington gets the ball to start the second half as Rivera penetrates right baseline. Jumper shot contested right away from Mason, and a jump ball is called.
Yeah, so I love that the officiating at this level doesn't call a foul so easy. I think the previous games that would have been a foul right away, but jump ball.
Jermaine, top of the horn, over to Jones. Anderson, low bounce pass. Mason, met by Williams, trapped, and a foul is called.
Oh, if that's on Bashan.
Talk about letting him play, right?
Let's see who it's on.
It is going to be on Caleb Rivera, his second personal.
I was hoping Bashan.
First team foul. Yeah, right.
That'd have been his fourth. Come on, Dylan.
Roberson wants a three, just off the inside back iron, no good. Rebounded by Williams.
I hate those shots when you feel like it's just right on line, felt good, and then hits the back iron.
Tillicwatts gives it over to Rivera, and Jones is going to get called for a foul. It is going to be his second personal first team foul. No one has yet to score as we are just about 43 seconds into this game.
Yeah, kind of curious. I saw, Rod is yelling to the team, I want you to get up and deny defensively. It seems like the team's going to try to play some more aggressive defense than they did previous, and there's a turnover.
The floater into Ross was out of his reach as he hit the deck, and Tillicwatts was not able to get over and save it fast enough. Gives Wolverines the ball. Much needed defensive possession. The last thing you want to do is have them score first. Roberson finds Anderson.
Get in.
NBA three, can't get it to go. Rebounded by Mason. Huge board. Spins, throws it up, in and out, no good. Tipped, and Ross will come down with the ball.
Those are the shots that I was hoping were going to start falling right away. Let's just say they are.
Yeah, right.
It's going to happen.
Anderson, right in Tillicwatts' face, has to give it up to Ross, right wing. outside Rivera. If that is on
It's on Ty.
Anderson, that's going to be his third personal. You're going to have to sit him. It sure is, like I said, third personal, second team foul, and Kyson Jackson will check in for the Wolverines.
Yeah, Ty is not happy. I just watched this. He just went over and slammed his bottle down to the ground. He was not happy.
I think a lot of it does come back to he has been on this team for a few years now, so we got to really enjoy those tri-district championships. And as a senior, this is not how you want your game to go.
Come on. Oh, my goodness. Is that Bashan's third three-pointer?
Bashan Williams is 3 for 3 from the three-point line. And with that, Rod sends Remy August over to check in. Next dead ball, he will come in. Jackson swings it. Jermaine, top of the horn, tipped, and they'll get Tilliquats with a foul for reaching. His second personal, second team foul. I would say these officials are starting to call it a little bit more.
Yeah, they are. But Bashan Williams, is that Bashan Williams I've got there? He's playing out of his mind right now. If he's 3 for 3 from three-point line, plus all the points he's got inside, he's having the game of his life.
As a center, that is insane. And a bad pass turns the ball over. Tilliquats across the timeline, met by Jackson.
Like to see Kyson see if he can get a steal
Floater.
up front.
Ross.
Wow. They threw that. He threw that pass from almost half court over the top, saw Dylan was fronting, and threw it from there all the way over the top.
And that foul is called on number 23, Dylan Roberson, his first personal, third team foul, sending Brevin Ross to the line to shoot 2. His first shot is up, and it is good. If you notice, when the ball handler is coming across, when he wants that, he looks down and he sees that open space between the basket and himself, he touches his head. And that tells him that he's tossing it to turn.
It's a good eye.
So
I hadn't seen
definitely
that.
keep a watch for that one.
So 36-20, 5:50 left, or 5:30 left. 5:30, Rod wants a timeout. There's 5:20 left in the quarter, and it's 36-20. We've got to start going on a run right now. Now's the time.
Like you said, Rod takes the timeout as number 33, LaRon Nelson, checks in for the Loggers. It's going to be a 60-second timeout, so we're going to go ahead and thank some of our sponsors. Thank you to Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center, MEM Enterprises, Kings Market, San Juan Fitness Center, Star Excavation and Septic, Islanders Bank, San Juan Heating, Geyser Appliance Repair, Farmers Insurance and the Tammy Cotton Agency, Northwest Plumbing and Waterworks, Lemon Computers, San Juan Surveying, San Juan Physical Therapy, Better Properties of San Juan Islands, and Miller Drywall. If you want my honest opinion, I think when it was 12-2, he should have been calling a timeout a little bit earlier than that. I think that is kind of where it started to snowball, because so much of the mental side of basketball is in those first few minutes.
Yeah, good point. Needed it, settle us down. Now's the time. We really, if I was coach, what I'm thinking here is, hey, we got to throw out a full court press, denial defense, try to cause turnovers, fast break the other way. We've got to get back into this game. And 5:20 in the third quarter still seems like a lot of time, and there is time, but we've got to start going on runs now to get back into it.
Wolverines not really in their man full court press, but more of a zone
Trapping.
trap
There it
with
is.
some man.
There it is.
Nice tip by Roberson.
Good.
Gets the ball to Jermaine for the steal. Skip pass by Jackson. Roberson, right wing. Puts the ball on the deck, gives it up. Jermaine swings it back to Jackson. Jermaine, top of the horn.
Look for your shot.
Decides to pull it back, reset the offense, directing traffic. Mason pops out now as they're running a 4-out, 1-in with Remy as the rover. Jermaine, jumper from the elbow, just short.
Turnover.
And Williams literally just right out of bounds.
Yep. The last two possessions they've had have been 2 turnovers.
Tegan August is checking in for the Wolverines in place of Mason. And Kenny Halleck is also in for Friday Harbor. Looks like he will come in place of Jackson.
So we're going to go big.
I was going to say, definitely wants to get some tallness. I don't even think that's a word.
Some height.
There we go. Words are hard. Jermaine wants a 3, can't get it to go. Rebounded by Roberson. Puts the ball on the deck. Throws it up. Blocking foul is called. We'll shoot 2.
It's a good rebound by Dylan and a good aggressive take back to the hoop.
Bashan Williams' 4th personal.
Good.
third team foul.
Third team foul. Number 23, Dylan Roberson on the line, shooting 2.
Roberson's first shot is no good.
Returning for Darrington, number 11, Chase Miller.
What is interesting is Ethan Germain and Kenny Halleck just switched out of their slots. That's about 4-inch difference.
This is interesting. What are we doing?
Literally in and out has been the story for the Wolverines, and that is what happened with Roberson's second shot. Game is still 36
There we go.
to 20.
10 seconds. Good. So the full court press has caused 3 straight turnovers, so it is working. Now we just got to score.
Number 10, Shane Jacobs is checking in for the Loggers. Like we mentioned, Wolverines are down 36 to 20 with 4:29 left in this third quarter. Remy to Tegan. Tries to get it inside. Jermaine picks up the tip. Roberson. Reset the offense. Halleck, left wing. Back to Roberson.
Wow.
And a foul is called against the Loggers. It will be their 4th team foul. First one against Brevin Ross.
I was hoping he was in foul trouble too.
Yeah,
Not
not today.
happening.
Not today. Night is still young though. Remy, floater into Halleck. Puts a ball on deck, picks it up. Gives it up to Jermaine. Finds Roberson. Calling for help. Jermaine.
He's open.
Back to Roberson. Roberson wants a 3. Cannot get it to go. Overall, I would just say there's really not enough squaring up. They're just trying to get some shots up right away when they get open, and it's throwing their balance off a little bit.
Yeah. You can see Rod's frustrated right now, trying to figure out what can I do?
Just like that, Ross throws up a 2 from the paint about 5 feet away. 18-point game, and they're going to get Ross with his second quick personal. 5th team foul.
Darrington is just playing with a ton of confidence right now. They're being aggressive, going to the hole. We're not hitting shots.
This coach for Darrington just tore open his tie and threw it on the ground. Unbuttoned his top button.
What was he mad about?
I don't know. Roberson puts the ball on the deck.
Called
and
travel.
a travel is called.
Yeah.
Number 4, Ty Anderson is checking in for the Wolverines, and number 2, Kyson Jackson. At this point, I think Rod is trying to get some rotation to figure out which group of 5 is gelling well, kind of how he had to do with Auburn Adventist in those overtime games. Rivera.
Oh, got it off his leg. Yep, turnover. Great play by Kenny Halleck.
Goes off of Shane Jacobs' knee, like you said. This coach doesn't care. He's just going to say, I think I only have fulls left, and he does. He now has down to 2 fulls, and we're going to go ahead and thank our sponsors. Thank you to Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center, MEM Enterprises, Haley's Bar and Grill, Friday Harbor Electric, American Legion, Island Petroleum Services, Purple and Gold Booster Club, Pacific Rim Insulation, Friday Harbor Dentistry, Island Home Finishes, Aeronautical Services, Chicago Title, Blue Water Bar and Grill, Tony's Carpet Care, and the San Juan Islands Bureau.
So the full court press has been working. They've caused 5 or 4 straight turnovers, but the only challenge is we're not scoring on the other side. So we've been stuck at 20 for quite some time, and that's been the big difference.
Capitalizing on takeaways, I think, is one of the most underrated things that you could do right in a basketball game.
Yeah. And I think Rod's also, he's just trying to figure out, like you were saying, he's trying to figure out the right rotation because he's got guys in there that we're shooting, we're just not hitting. So he's trying to sub in some guys. Say, okay, who can I go to right now that's going to score for us?
You have Jackson, who's great on defense, prove that he can make his shots drop against Auburn Adventist on Tuesday. Ty Anderson, he can definitely score, but a huge defensive person. Remy's great at going to the hoops. So is Tegan at bodying up, and Kenny has a great long-range shot. So.
Yep. Oh, great catch.
We'll call it a catch for sure, and loose ball is picked up by Ross. Cross court to Requay. He's been fairly quiet. He was the first to score with that 3. Haven't seen anything from him since.
Ooh, Almost a steal.
Chillicotts use the screen. Hand off to
There we
Requay.
go.
There's the steal by Jackson,
Oh,
stolen
almost.
back by Requay. Ross to Chillicotts. Low pass off of Tegan's foot with Anderson picking up the ball. So far, I would say this is a fairly decent rotation. We'll just hope we can score now as Hallett gives it over to Tegan, left corner. Back outside Jackson, reset the offense. Anderson, right wing, looking. Jackson throws it over Anderson. Anderson stutter steps, good no call. And they're going to call a foul on that as Anderson will go to the line to shoot 2.
I'm seeing just a little hesitation on our team to, you got shots, they're shot opportunities, and they're not taking them right now.
Foul is called on number 10, Shane Jacobs, his first personal, 6th team foul. Wolverines will be in 1-1 the rest of the way. Anderson's first shot is no good. Number 35, Gavin Mason. Number 12, Ethan Germain checking in for the Wolverines. Number 33, LeBron Nelson. Number 13, Levi Solomon is in for the Loggers. Still an 18-point game, not much scoring this third quarter. 1:57 left in the third as Ty Anderson's second shot is good.
All right, we got to pick up the scoring, see if we can get a few more steals on the press.
Floater. Almost, it is stolen away by Anderson.
Go get it. Good.
Jackson picks
there's
up.
nobody there, dude. Down. Thinks there's going to be a outlet pass there.
In a perfect world, and a perfectly ran offense, there is somebody running outlet down there to get that, but Rivera, skip pass, and they're going to get Tegan with the body. That's going to be his second personal, 4th team foul.
Number 44, Tegan August. Second personal foul. Team foul number 4 for Friday Harbor. Logger basketball on the side.
Ross cross timeline. Uses Nelson's screen, and it
Good.
goes out of bounds.
So Kyson was able to knock that off his leg and cause a turnover.
Number 23, Dylan Roberson, is checking in for Friday Harbor. Roberson across timeline. Mason calling for help. Swings it, Jermaine, right wing. Inside, August, off the right side, no good. Rebounded by Rivera. Rivera wants his own set of threes, can't get it. And somehow Ross tips it to Requay. Nelson wants a 3. Roberson comes up with it. It's going to be 2-on-1. Roberson special, it goes.
Good, good. What I noticed on that play is number 3 for Darrington, as he was coming back, he just jogged. Take advantage of that. Didn't look like he really wanted to cut that off.
Ross tries to go all the way, puts the ball on the ground. And they're going to call a foul on the ground as Tegan August is slow to get up. It's going to be on Ethan Germain, his first personal, 5th team foul. Number 10, Jane Jones, is checking in for the Wolverines.
Team foul. Logger basketball on the baseline.
Chillicotts wants a 3, in and out. Solomon tries to get the rebound from Mason, ends up going out of bounds. Darrington fans are booing him, but I think they could have gotten in over the back too, so.
Yeah, well, he had position. That's probably why they're
Exactly.
not happy with that call. I'm being quiet because I'm a Friday Harbor announcer.
Jermaine jumper from the right side. Roberson with the rebound, no good. Rebounded by Jaden
Good,
Jones.
all right.
He puts it back up for 2, count it, and 1. It is called on number 11.
Fouls on the Loggers, number 11, Chase Miller.
Okay, Chase Miller, we finally got his name.
Number 7. Returning
It's his first personal, 7th team foul.
28-minute replay.
So 8 seconds. Let's see if we can cut this down to 12. Make it a little bit closer.
shot is good.
Good. All right, good. Okay, 6,
Rivera
5. No, how much time?
chucks
Good.
it. 3.1 seconds left here in the third quarter. Wolverines are trailing by 12. After a very bad baseball pass from the corner, Wolverines will get it. Mason, head up, half court.
Ooh.
Not good. And that is the end of that third quarter. Wolverines only put up 6 points.
Yeah, it's been
there
scoring has been
the
the
third.
story. What did they put up? 8?
6 as well.
6 as well. They were 32 at half.
Yes.
So very low scoring quarter. I thought the full court press was really good for us defensively, and we talked about what were some of the things at halftime we needed to change. We talked a lot about defense, and they've done that. Now we just got to score.
We would like to thank Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center, MEM Enterprises, Kings Market, San Juan Fitness Center, Star Excavation and Septic, Islanders Bank, San Juan Heating, Geyser Appliance Repair, Farmers Insurance, and the Tammy Cotton Agency, Northwest Plumbing and Waterworks, Lemon Computers, San Juan Surveying, San Juan Physical Therapy, Better Properties of San Juan Islands, and Miller Drywall. I think for as long as Bashawn Williams is having to sit, I say you get in the paint every time. I understand that.
Try to draw that 5th foul.
I understand that if he's not in,
Oh,
because
yeah.
he kills them on the boards.
Yeah.
Whereas Wolverines are doing a better job rebounding now when he's sitting. And while threes would definitely help you cut the deficit a little bit quicker, statistically, closer shots are going to go in more often.
Right.
So
Okay, 4th quarter. Got to leave it all on the line here.
8 more minutes left in the Tri-District Championship game. On the floor for the Wolverines is Roberson, Anderson, Mason, Jones, and Jermaine, your starters. They're going to get a travel call. I think for the first time I've seen all game, Rod is sitting.
Yeah, I think it's been hard to figure out how do we crack this zone defense of theirs.
Mason, floater pass inside Jones,
Hit it.
handoff. Jermaine wants a 3.
Wow.
And they're going to get an offensive foul against Ethan Jermaine.
No,
Nope,
against-
it's going to against Jaden.
Yeah.
That's his second time he's had an offensive personal foul called tonight when he does not have the ball.
Yeah, I don't know how they were going to call that on Ethan. I was like, Ethan just shot it. But they must have said it was an illegal screen is what they were thinking on that.
It is the 6th team foul for the Wolverines, 3rd for Jones. Directing traffic is Tillicwatts. Low pass, Nelson. Back out, Tillicwatts. Swings it, Requay. Inside, Ross. Puts the ball on the deck, hands off, Requay. 5-foot jumper. Does not get it to go. Mason with the rebound. I think they're just assuming their shots are falling now. They started working their way back to be on defense.
Yeah.
Jermaine, inside Jones, left baseline. Gives over to Jermaine. Roberson swings at Anderson. Puts it on the deck. Jermaine, NBA 3 bucket!
Boy, we needed that basket. That helps. So that's going to cut it to, we're into single digits again. 9-point game. Great shot, Ethan.
Requay into Rivera, low pass, Ross.
Whoa.
He does not miss that and somehow gets his own rebound around 4 Wolverines off of his foot. Anderson picks it up. Jermaine coming down, pulls it out, decides to wait for company, down low. Skip pass back outside, Mason. And they call Phoenix Tillicwatts with a foul. It's his 3rd personal, 8th team foul, sending Mason to the line to shoot 1-and-1. They decide that they want to send Bashawn Williams in with 4 personal fouls to try and get them back into a comfy lead. Remy August will come in place of Mason after these shots, hopefully. No, just one. And then there's that rebound by Williams.
Yeah, we needed those. Okay, so it's a 9-point game. Get a turnover. Good battle. Going to call a foul, looks like.
Yes. And it is going to go against Gavin Mason, his 2nd personal, 7th team foul. As Remy August checks in for the Wolverines, like we mentioned, again, Bashawn Williams 0-2 for free throws in the last meeting a couple weeks ago. 0 for 1 tonight from the stripe. We'll see if he can earn himself a second and change his story. First shot is up and good. We're back to a double-digit deficit, 39-29, 6:04 left in this championship tri-district game. Second shot is good as well.
He's having the game of his life right now. Incredible. All right, let's go, Friday Harbor. We got to get some scoring going right here.
Roberson kicks it back out to Jermaine. Tip before it's almost stolen, and then Rivera comes up with the steal. Anderson gets the ball back. Anderson penetrating. Jumper.
Good.
That one is good.
It's a great shot.
That is his specialty, is that floater with the one-hand lob.
Pull-up jumpers, those floaters, he does those really well. Okay, 9-point game again. 5:25 left to go.
Tilliquat's directing where he wants people. Over to Rivera, left wing.
Oh.
That is going to be Jaden Jones' 4th personal. 8th team foul, sending Ross to the line to shoot 1 and 1. Gavin Mason is checking in for the Wolverines now. Ross split his last time up. Let's not forget to mention, I don't think we have mentioned it, how physical both of these teams are.
Yeah.
Last time there was a couple technicals.
Yeah.
Off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Rivera.
Same, you know, you played each other. This is the 3rd time. You know each other well. I don't think the teams like each other.
I mean, clearly they're the best of friends. The issue with Remy August on that one is he did leave the ground. They will call that every time if there is any body contact. Yep. And he picks up his first personal, 9th team foul, making it double bonus for the Loggers after this. Bashawn Williams will shoot 2, makes his first.
Continue to hit his shooting streak. It's been really good. What's he up to now, points-wise?
Oh,
after this one? He hit it. 19, yeah. He's been, you know, he's half the team's points. It's just come from him.
And while Alman Sedgeroka on Tuesday had 29 points for Auburn Adventist.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's good enough and sometimes it's not.
Yep.
We'll find out in 5 minutes.
Love to see the 2 defenders up top play an little bit extended zone to try to cut off the passing lanes.
Ross,
make it harder for
bounce
Darrington.
Pass to Williams is tipped out of bounds. Number 25, Kenny Halleck, is checking in for the Wolverines. .438 remaining in this game. Wolverines are trailing by 11, 42-31 to the Darrington Loggers, who they share a co-league champion title with. Jumper from Jermaine from 7 feet is good. Back to 9.
See if we can get it past that 9-point barrier. We've had a hard time with that so far.
Low pass, Williams to the elbow, spins, takes a look, jumper, 8 feet, no good.
Good.
And rebounded by Mason.
That's where you want to run. Let's go.
Huge possession for the Wolverines. Halleck drives left side, spins, picks up his dribble.
There's a shot.
Roberson, one-on-one with Williams, throws it up, no good. He gets his own rebound tipped from Mason, puts it back up, cannot get it to go. Usually Roberson never, ever, ever misses those. He gets in the air, swats it off of Williams' body to go out of bounds, will stay with them with a fresh shot clock.
I think what he's looking for and what he's been used to, honestly, is getting fouled on those. And they're not calling that stuff as you get up at this level or, you know, these refs.
I mean, Williams is a smart player. He stood there, did not jump.
Yep.
Just was going to let him have it.
Yeah. And that's
Anderson
and recognize that's his 5th foul, or he's got 4 fouls. Just go up and make the layup.
Jermaine back to Roberson.
Go ahead.
Skips it, Anderson. Top of the horn, Mason, right wing, wants a 3, cannot get it to go, and Rivera comes up with the rebound. You were saying about Williams, though.
Well, I was talking about Dylan, because Dylan's trying to draw the foul, so he's kind of hooking it back, and not just the guy was just giving him the layup. He didn't want to pick up his 5th foul.
Williams throws it up, no good, rebounded Looks like it went out of bounds on Jermaine, but they say it goes out of bounds on Williams. Will be the Wolverines' ball. 3:20 left. Still down by 9. Cannot break that number 9.
We need scoring. So badly we need scoring.
Jermaine puts the ball on the deck, gives it over to Roberson. Left baseline, picks it up. Floater, no good. Rebounded by Rivera.
Yeah, Dylan's had a rough game this game with his shot. It's just not been falling.
Rivera left side is good for 2. Roberson only has 1 field goal on the night. 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Definitely not
struggled.
characteristic for him. Thought Anderson was going to take that for a little bit, faked me out, but Jermaine wants a 3 instead. Cannot get it to go. Rebounded by Williams. Roberson with the steal. Goes to throw it up, and a blocking foul is called. Rivera's trying to point it to him and say, that was me. It goes against Rivera. That is Rivera's 3rd personal. 9th team foul. Number 3, Remy August, and number 2, Kyson Jackson checks in for the Wolverines. 11-point deficit again. Roberson's shot is good. Earns himself a 2nd.
Okay, 10-point game, 2:30. We got to cut into this quickly.
2nd shot is all of the back iron.
Good.
Rebounded by Mason. He puts it up off the left side.
Good.
Gets that one to go.
That's what we needed right there. Quick 3-point play. We've cut it to 8. We broke the 9-point barrier.
And with that, Rod would like a 30-second timeout. Let's go ahead and thank our sponsors. We would like to thank Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center, MEM Enterprises, Haley's Bar and Grill, Friday Harbor Electric, American Legion, Island Petroleum Services, Purple and Gold Booster Club, and Pacific Rim Insulation. Wow.
Yeah.
Let's kind of talk about
2:30 left.
what's after this.
What's after this?
What's after this? You win. You're the Tri-District champion. You get a break until next week.
Right.
If you lose, you have to make the trip back here on Saturday
Yeah.
to play Auburn Adventist Academy.
Yep.
So
Yeah, you want to make sure you it's better to win, but you still have an opportunity. You put yourself in that position by winning on Tuesday.
if you also win this one, you're guaranteed a higher seed. As Wolverines are tripping over each other, Rivera tries to go left side, no good.
Rebound,
Backhand.
rebound. Good, good.
Jackson coming up, holding the ball like a running back,
I
like he
think
knows
they're going to
how
call
to
this
do.
on Williams. There's 2:16 left.
I think it's on 3 or 20.
Okay.
That's on Requay. That's his first personal. 10th team foul. Kyson Jackson to the line. 2 shoot, 2 tries to close the gap to 6.
There we go.
Sorry, Jackson, for jinxing that one.
Just believe. Just believe.
First shot. Good.
We're just gonna stay calm and just believe it's gonna go in, right?
Number 4, Ty Anderson is
So this is the closest we've been since the first quarter.
early in the first quarter.
Yep.
Ty Anderson is in for the Wolverines. Jackson's second shot is also
Good.
That was
Hey, you
something-
knew it.
That was something that Mike and I also talked about in pregame is Jackson and the time and effort he took.
Oh, it's a
free
travel.
throws.
Okay, we're continuing to close the gap. Now it's down to 6 with 2 minutes left.
Oh.
Okay, let's go, Friday Harbor. Come on now. Gotta go fast.
Roberson across the timeline, directing traffic where he wants that screen. Mason sets it for him. Goes into the paint.
Get in, get in.
Throws it up.
Yes.
Right side basket. Goes.
Yes, down to 4. Down to 4. We've closed the gap.
Floater over to Requay. Don't leave your feet. Gives over to Tilquats, top of the horn. Ross back and forth.
Get in the passing lanes. Try to get a turnover.
Low
Oh,
Williams, and they're going to get Mason with a foul, sending Williams to the line to shoot 2. That is going to be Gavin Mason's third personal, 10th team foul. Like I said, both of these teams are now in double bonus the rest of the way. 1 minute, 44 seconds left in this game. 4-point game. Wolverines are trailing 44-40. Williams
He
misses
missed.
his first one off
He
the
missed.
back iron. These are huge free throws now from both teams coming down the rest of the way. finally getting some life out of these Friday Harbor fans as Williams' second
Oh,
shot is also no good. And loose ball. Remy,
go,
August
let's
comes
go.
down with it. Jackson pushes it right sideline. Decides to pull it back, reset the offense. Anderson, top of the horn.
Look for your shots, guys. Down 4, 1:30 left.
Roberson, ball carrier, over to Anderson, left wing, puts on the deck.
Oh.
Floater. Roberson wants to do it again, throws it up.
Get in.
Somehow gets it to go. It is a 2-point game, ladies and gentlemen. Friday Harbor fans are on their feet. Ross trying to push it all the way. And they will get a foul.
2 shots for him.
It is going against Kyson Jackson, his second personal. That is not somebody that you want to send to the line, even though he has split every time. Ross' first shot is good.
This is a good run by Friday Harbor, though. Definitely a great run. Let's finish this thing off.
Only issue is it's a little late, so they're going to have to dig deep if they want to come back. Wolverines are down by 3. Ross makes it not good. And
They foul us.
I think Bashawn Williams just fouled out. As Remy, he fouled out. Bashawn Williams, their rebounding master, their biggest scorer of the night, ends his game there as Remy August can't see. He says he wants to shoot. The person that you put in for him has to be your shooter. So this is a good call sending Ethan Germain in.
Come on, Ethan. That's who I'd send in.
Ethan was their technical shooter the last time they played this team.
Yes.
He makes his first. We are back down to 2.
Wow, what a comeback.
I'm surprised Darrington's being quiet. 90% of this crowd is Darrington fans, and Ethan Germain.
Down to 1.
1-point game. It has never been a 1-point game because right away Loggers came out and put a 3 on the board. Huge.
Oh,
Rivera
thought he threw that
into
over the head.
Ross. Low pass. Tilliquats met by Jackson. Requay.
Get a
Low
steal.
pass.
Oh,
Roberson
almost. We thought we
gets
had
a
it.
steal. Both of us got a little carried away on that one. Tilliquats. Floater into Rivera. Met by Anderson. Spin move. Puts it up. Gets it to
he
go.
got that.
47 seconds and counting. 3-point game. 47-44.
Let's go, guys.
Loggers are up. Roberson, top of the horn. Uses screen by Mason. Finds Jackson. Germain penetrates left baseline. Blocking foul is called. Ethan Germain to the line to shoot 2. And they are going to call that on Ross. I think that is going to be his second. Nope, it is his third personal.
Your heart racing? I'm trying to remain calm. Last game I was freaking out. This game I'm going to stay calm.
My hands are shaking.
Get in.
It somehow falls when the Wolverines need their shots to go. They are finally dropping. It is a 2-point game.
Yeah, scoring has definitely picked up for us.
Then second shot is also good. We're back to 1. Lord bless.
So 1-point game, 34 seconds. So the shot clock is now off, right? So
Yes.
we're going to have to either get a turnover, a stop, a foul, something to get this ball back.
All right.
That last foul shot by them, or that last shot down low was big.
We will get to our sponsors after this game, I promise. But Darrington Loggers, 1 timeout remaining. Friday Harbor Wolverines have 2. This game is insane.
It is insane.
This game is insane.
It's been a crazy comeback. But it's a bit, you got to give Friday Harbor kudos in that 4th quarter.
See, if you're Friday Harbor, while both teams are shooting double bonus, you still full court press.
Mm-hmm.
Because worst case scenario, they make both. It's a 3-point game.
Right.
Best case scenario, you either A, get a steal, get some points, get the ball back. B, they only make one of their 2 free throws, assuming a foul is called.
Right.
So,
Let's see if we can get a turnover right away. That's what I want to see. Right?
the issue with a turnover is you do want to get those points because you are down by 1, but you also do not want to give them enough time to go down and score. We saw that twice on Tuesday.
Yeah. Okay, 47-46, 34 seconds left.
Wolverines are in that full court press.
Committing 3 players up top.
Throws it right.
Go on,
Stolen
Jackson.
by Jackson. Stolen by Jackson. All right, we're going to calm down here. We're going left baseline by Jackson. Throws it out to Jermaine. Jermaine wants a 3. Off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Mason. Mason puts the ball on the ground.
They fouled him.
Foul is called. 16 seconds left. Friday Harbor fans are on their feet.
Can you believe this?
Foul is called on number 3, Brevin Ross.
Are they going to do this to us 2 games in a row?
This is Ross's 4th personal. If this goes into overtime and they end up losing him, this is deja vu of Tuesday. Gavin Mason, senior, huge leader for this team. Biggest moments of his life right now. Shot is up and good.
Tie game. We've come all the way back and tied it. Wow.
Trailed by 18.
18, yeah.
And here
Trailed
we
by
are,
like,
tie game.
get in.
Mason makes his second.
Okay, defense. Now, guys, you're
Hold
up. Do we need it? Are we going to hang out in that full court press? At this point, if I'm coach, I'm probably pulling them back.
Nope. They are too good at three-point shooters.
Yeah, well, let's play our standard defense, or let's play defense. We don't need to stay in a full court press, is what I'm
Darrington
thinking.
just took their very last time out. Worst case scenario, if Rob sees something that he does not want, he still has a 60 and he has a 30. That is huge for him on preserving those timeouts right there. Wolverines are up by 1. They cannot allow a basket. They cannot foul. I would say that this is a very decent free throw shooting team, that this is not what you want it to come down to. The bench in front of us running the clock is shaking their heads. They're wiping the sweat off their palms.
I love these basketball games. I cannot believe. So
you patted my back trying to calm me down, but I'm a woman. I don't calm down.
Okay, it's 48-47.
16
seconds
seconds left.
16 seconds. Were we not just in this situation? Did this not just happen 2 days ago? Wow. Crazy finish to the game.
I'm putting in my 2-week notice because I am losing years off of my life doing these games.
We're coming out in the full court press.
I love it.
Okay, here we go. Come on.
You can't foul, though, so if you're going to make a go for a steal, don't put any body into that.
Okay,
Rivera.
10 seconds.
Tillicwatts.
Get a turnover.
Swings it. Mason.
Oh,
Mason
almost.
tries to get the steal.
Clock
He
is still running.
steps
Okay.
out of bounds. Officials are going to fix it.
Maybe.
Officials are going to fix this clock right
Okay,
now.
7 seconds. 7 seconds.
Mason almost gets the steal, but goes out of bounds with it, with his momentum carrying it.
Don't let him get it so easy.
Inbound, Requay.
Don't foul.
Requay gives it over to Jacobs. Jacobs wants a 2-pointer off the top
Yes.
line. Rebounded by
We just won.
Anderson.
We just
Wolverines
won.
win.
We just won. Come here.
Wolverines
Come
will.
here. We just won. We just won.
Wolverine fans.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Wolverine
They just
players.
won it. They just won it. Wow. What a comeback. Oh, so good. So good.
Wolverine players. Bench.
Yes. They won.
The bench cleared for Friday Harbor. Those alumni that we talked about sitting front row cheering on their former players. Rushes the court with them. Parents are there. People are crying.
What a finish.
This is a huge moment for these Friday Harbor seniors right now.
Wow, down 18 in the second half, down 12 midway through the fourth quarter with 3 or 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and we come back and pull it out. What a win by the Friday Harbor Wolverines. What a game. 2 in a row. Kayla. Hey, guess what? You get a relaxed Saturday. Isn't that good news?
My thighs are shaking.
Oh, wow.
I'm shaking.
What a game. So much fun.
Let's kind of quickly talk about this game, though. Tears are kind of starting to go this way for Darrington.
Yep.
You don't want to be inconsiderate and say, you play Saturday.
Yeah.
You know, your season's still going. Your
yeah.
season is still here. This is a huge loss because, of course, everybody wants to be tri-district champions, right?
Right.
These are the co-league champions right now that you are looking at, who just played an absolutely amazing game. But for Darrington, the last time they were league champions was close to about 20 years ago.
Oh, wow. So this was it.
Was the tri-district champions. And so this season that they have had, beating Friday Harbor for the first time in what we said, 11 years, when we did that game up there, this is huge.
Yeah.
This is huge. And Darrington should be very, very, very proud of how he played. it is never easy to feel so high when you're up by so much.
Yeah.
And come down on this.
Look,
Taking nothing away from Friday Harbor right now, but both of these teams.
Oh, look at them. I'm just it's hard to talk about this and just sit back and watch the joy that's coming from the players, the coaches. I mean, they gave it their all. Just curious, how many points did we score in the fourth quarter? I mean, you see it. Is this them?
This was Darrington, so
okay.
Yeah. Let me quickly do this math. If you want to run through our sponsors super
You
quickly.
You bet.
Because I never gave them any attention those last 2 minutes while I was trying to contain myself.
Oh.
You'll just have to go that way, and that's all your sponsors.
All right, here we go. So it's Brown's Home Center, MEM Enterprises, Kings Market, San Juan Fitness Center, Star Excavation and Septic, Islanders Bank, San Juan Heating, Geyser Appliance and Repair, Farmers Insurance, and the Tammy Cotton Agency, Northwest Plumbing, and Net Waterworks, Lemon Computers, San Juan Surveying, San Juan Physical Therapy, Better Properties of San Juan Islands, Miller Drywall. Oh, sorry.
Yep, there you go.
San Juan Physical Therapy, Better Properties of San Juan Islands, Miller Drywall, MEM Enterprises, Haley's Bar and Grill, Friday Harbor Electric, American Legion, Island Petroleum Services, Purple and Gold Booster Club, Friday Harbor Dentistry, Island Home Finishes, Aeronautical Services, Chicago Title, Blue Water Bar and Grill, Tony's Carpet Care, and San Juan Island Bureau. I see that Ethan Germain's coming up here. Come here, buddy. I got to get a hug. No. Dude, so solid. So proud of you, man. The finish that you had, great shooting. So come here. Get a picture for Dad. Oh, you were awesome. Clutch at the free throw line. So I'm going to let Keela, you want to talk to Ethan real quick?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, here we go.
Buddy. Thank you.
Wow, what a
yeah,
game.
Tell me about it.
You were in this situation a couple days ago, and now you're having to come back and do this.
Yep.
This was definitely a team effort, but
100%.
to not take away anything from any of your teammates, but you single-handedly brought this team back.
Yeah.
Within those last few minutes with your free throws, kind of happened to come in for Remy after he got that one right to the eye. Huge game. You had 17 points on the night. Huge game for you. You were here the last couple years. You started last year, the only returning starter. What does this mean for you as you're a senior right now and kind of going out as a co-league champion and a tri-district champion?
Well, as you can imagine, it feels great. We're the first group in our school's history to do it 3 times in a row, district champs, and that's my senior class has been in all 3 of those.
And that was actually something we actually talked about, too, was all this pressure.
Yeah.
What did Rod tell you at halftime? You're down by 18.
Like last year, we're up in Darrington. We're down by 19, and we came back and won that game. And so we knew we could do it. We knew we could do it, and we knew, like, we have so much experience in this situation. This is our 3rd year in a row being here. We knew that if anyone was going to pull it off, it was this group, and especially with we practiced so much. It's like. It feels so good to see that pay off finally.
Definitely have seen you grow as an athlete, and we will definitely see you next week because you move on to regionals and waiting for that seed. Congratulations on an amazing game.
Thank you.
All right, next up we have also another senior, 6 foot number 10, Jaden Jones, 3 points on the night. That was a huge 3-point play as well that we kind of really have to talk about because you're still down and taking a lay-in, counting the basket for an extra one. That's 1 point right there. You just won by 1.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
The amount of times that happens in football, I go by sir too.
Yeah, okay. We just stuck it together, and every point counted. We've been working on free throws every day at practice. Coach says it's just as important as a 2-point basket. He wants every point, and as you can see, that 1 point did matter this game.
And you work so hard on the football field. You work hard in the basketball court. You come down. You're down by 18. You're now starting for the first time in your basketball career here for Friday Harbor on varsity. How important and how big is this moment for you right now?
This is incredible because my sophomore and junior year, we won district, but I didn't really play as much as I did now. But being a senior, your last year playing basketball for Friday Harbor, it was incredible being able to come out here and win this tonight.
Perfect. And then anything you want to say for everybody who got to watch this game back at home?
Thanks for tuning in. And as you can see, we came back, and it was a great game for us tonight.
We'll see you at regionals, Jaden.
Thank you.
All right. I'm told I have 1 minute, but that's never enough time with Gavin Mason. Definitely an emotional leader here for this team right now, very senior strong. You got to experience the highs of state and these championships last couple years. Only team to do it for 3 years in a row. As a senior coming back, how does that feel?
It feels amazing, especially there at the end, and we were down by I don't even know how much.
18?
18?
You're down by
that
18.
That was a big comeback, and so exciting, exciting.
So was Rob the only one to talk at halftime, or did you as a leader get to say something? What words did you say to your team?
I just said we need to work on playing defense. We weren't playing great defense in the first half, and we needed to turn it around there, and it took us a little bit after the third quarter, but after a couple minutes in, we sunk in and really started playing good defense.
Perfect. You have 5 seconds to answer. What's something you want to do before now in regionals?
Go celebrate with my teammates.
I like that better than anything basketball related. Absolutely love it. Congratulations
Thank you.
again. It was great to see you, and we will see you at regionals.
Thank you so much.
Alrighty, and that is it here from Cedro-Woolley High School, where the Wolverines are a 3-time defending tri-district champion. Everyone's trying to run out of here. Mike's trying to run out of here. Good job, and thank you, Mike and Ken, behind the camera work. Thank you to my co-color commentator, Brian Jackson. We'll see you at regionals. Go Wolverines.
I can't wait to hear that.
So Mike, you didn't get to hear, but we were down